Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 157. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you, what do we show you? We show you what we're working on. We show you some of the challenges we're facing, and we show you a glimpse of the future. This is the show where we never have any technical difficulties and everything always goes as planned. This is the show where we want to hear from you. We want to interact with you live. We want your questions. We want your ideas. We want your laughter. Mostly, this is the show where we spend the next 2 hours talking tabletop, enjoying a frosty beverage, and hanging out with some wonderful friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's rock and roll. Soundboard's working again.
Yeah. It's been working. I forget it's here a lot of the time. All
so
right.
what's going on tonight, Chris? What do we get? What's happening?
So we're looking at some of the new Cities Reforged sculpts. Specifically, we're looking at some of the new Tudor sculpts, which I don't know how many of those we've actually shown. But yeah, we're looking at a lot of those tonight. We're also going to be giving away a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, like halfway through the stream. So if you stick around for that, you'll have a chance to win.
Everybody except for Chuck can win it.
Everybody except for Chuck.
Boom,
Specifically, all other employees are eligible.
Uh-oh.
Just not Chuck.
Give me a run on the gift cards.
Mm-hmm.
We figured out we're gonna go dark next week because of Adepticon, so we figured we'd start showing some Cities Reforged stuff because we did a build and photos today. So I left it up so we can look at some stuff. Woo!
Yeah.
Hey, we've got a bunch of folks here. Hey, if you're new, seriously, feel free to jump in, ask us questions, join the conversation. Of course, you're also welcome to just lurk. However you want to watch, there's no wrong way. Just be nice. We're all people, and a good collection here. Good bunch of humans. So keep it nice.
Let's see. All right.
What else?
Not a lot
should we
to say. Let's just get into the news. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Some of the good stuff.
News. It's the news. What's in the news, Chris?
Okay. Yeah. So not a ton of news. Well, no, there actually a lot of news. Okay, so there's a lot of big things going on. First off, the Lowtown collection is live. Basically, if you're not aware of what Lowtown is, it was the last big Kickstarter we did. Let me get the link for it right now.
Probably the last thing we'll do on Kickstarter.
Most likely.
Yeah. What the future
new
holds.
soundboard? No, it's the same old soundboard. I just keep forgetting it's there. It never stopped working. What am I doing? Lowtown collection.
Error.
Yeah. So let's go over Lowtown collection stuff again real quick. Answer a couple questions. The pricing you see there is the final pricing. All that stuff has been checked, and I'm pretty sure we didn't get any of it wrong there. We stuck generally 10 to 15% for most sets, which is usually the sweet spot we try to land in. The tariffs did raise things a bit more than we wanted, but we're having to account for that. A couple sets we undershot on, a couple sets we overshot on, same as usual. But I think we kept pretty we kept pretty consistent for the most part.
And it's a reminder that one of the reasons to back the campaigns is because that the prices will go up, sometimes more than others.
What else was there to talk about? Landmarks and sorry, what's
yeah,
up?
you go.
Landmarks and districts. So the way that we did this order, we didn't get a bunch of overage of the prepackaged landmarks and districts because the whole point was that they were made up of component sets. So we tried to prioritize restocking component sets instead.
Like handfuls, like single-digit overages on a lot of the landmarks and districts.
Yeah. So I believe that those are being held on to for replacements and such. But what we are doing is Letitia and Luke, as they have time, are going to be making bundles to reflect a lot of the landmarks and districts. I'm not sure exactly how many we're doing. Some of it is time dependent, but we're trying to hit a lot of the most popular ones. So like Wizard's Townhouse is going to be there, Downtown Dockside, stuff like that. And they'll function the way that the bundles we've been doing the last couple of years function, where they will be in stock as long as all the component sets are in stock. And then, once one of those sells out, that bundle's gone. But then when we restock those sets in the future, that bundle will be back.
Baby.
That's the plan with those. As far as stock goes on the component sets, we've got filters in there in the Lowtown collection that'll give you a sense of which sets we've got more of, which sets we got less of. And we tried to prioritize getting overages on the core sets. I think like the 4x4 wooden floors, we've got like 700 of, something like that. Because we were like,
what's
this is
the
the
tag?
backbone.
Low, very low, low, moderate, good, or something. There's
Yes, and from
quantity.
what I can tell, it looks like moderate is like below 50 and 150, and then good is over 150 is what that seems to be.
It's great.
So yeah, that's the general. It is more than we had with Wildlands. I think with Wildlands, like good stock was over 50. So we did get a larger order than with the Wildlands store stock, but it's still generally going to be less than a normal restock's worth because we could not afford to get 500 extra of every set in this go.
So do what Yak 666 did and get your wish list. Like wish list the sets you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And swoop in
get your wish list ahead of time, so that way you don't have to fret leafing through the 200 listings that are on there currently. It's a lot of sets. The dirt battle boards we're having at launch, they will be there. Okay, so
I believe so. We've got product photos of them, and that's the intention at least.
Perfect. So they might not be in there yet, but the dirt battle boards should be there. Those fancy cobblestone battle boards we need to actually do an order for. I think they're not going to be in this one, but our plan is to get an order through for them probably when we do a Lowtown restock. I don't know.
We were so behind, like it was gonna just be more time producing. The battle boards were last, so it was like we didn't want to hold up. We were already 2 years late. We didn't want to hold up another month, so
we weren't
Yeah.
2 years late.
correct.
We were not 2 years late.
No, only a year late, but it was
yeah.
2 years of waiting. Yeah.
So, man, is that all?
wants
Is that
to know
everything?
Fieldstone floors will be in Cities Reforged. No. So Cities Reforged is not going to include anything that was in any sets that were in Lowtown, since those will either be on the store or will be probably reordered by the time we launch it. So it's anything that wasn't in Cities Untold. We're rounding up all the rest of it in there. So there will be Fieldstone stuff, but there'll be Fieldstone in the Lowtown collection, and we'll be reordering it.
Yeah, we really want to put a Lowtown restock order in before we get to Cities Reforged, so that way those sets will get there faster than if we put them in Cities Reforged. And there's going to be plenty of stuff in Cities Reforged already. It does not need.
It's too big. Yeah.
It does not need to have Lowtown stuff in it as well.
I like Paul phrased it with question in all caps, so I couldn't miss it from 15 feet away.
The other thing you could do is use channel points to highlight it as well. We might still ignore it anyways. Sometimes there's too much stuff for us to address all the way.
Or we're swerving all around. And,
Was there any other questions we missed? Is there anything else about how this works, about the Lowtown drop that we haven't addressed? I think I covered everything that was crucial. Yeah, I guess just let me know and I'll address it if it turns out to be something. The Dwarven build-off is being extended through the weekend. We had a couple of requests saying like, hey, I really need...
one more day.
Closing it on a Thursday is kind of rough. Can we get through the weekend at least? So I think the plan, Marvin's gonna run it at least through Sunday.
Nice.
So let me actually get the page for that so I can link it as well. There's a $150 Dwarven Forge gift card as a first place prize, and then a $100 gift card for the runner up. So those are two pretty nice gift cards if you want to enter for that. Let's see, what are we doing? Yeah, we've got a page for it on the site and a channel dedicated to it in the Discord.
Hey,
if you have any questions about that. It's a 12 by 12 build, so even if you have a small collection, it's eligible. Even if you don't win, it's a fun thing to participate in. It's a reason to play around with your pieces, take the theme into consideration, and just have some fun with it. It's always fun to just see what other people come up with.
Animation Giant, you do have a chance.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yes, everybody has a chance. Marvin does all that himself, so he's gonna have to sift through. I don't know how many submissions we ended up getting this time. We got like 100 for the first one, and that gave him a lot to do. let's see what's next on the list.
Lorian's doing it right. They had fun.
Dungeons Reforged treasure chests are live. We got them going yesterday. It should all be functioning. It's a complicated system, so if something's not making sense to you, reach out on the Discord and we will get it. We'll get you set straight. We'll help you figure out how to do it.
There's been a couple cases. Invite? Will they get a second invite to the pledge manager, or they just have to see the email and go back into the pledge manager?
You just go to the GameFound page and go to your pledge, and we've reopened the pledge manager into a limited state where you can't add anything new to your pledge, but you can edit the options on stuff that you already have there. Yes. So that's that whole thing. The last update has a walkthrough in it that should help you with figuring out how to access it. If anything's confusing you, just reach out in the comments or on the Discord and we will get you taken care of.
And the answer is just pick more Sinister, according to Hoppy.
And then we're going to be running that the plan is to run it for 2 weeks. We will let you know if that changes. It's a pretty quick thing to do once you get in there.
March Dwarven Mad build off.
Say stuff. Restock. We had a restock a week and a half ago, something like that.
Wasn't it Tuesday? Wait,
it wasn't this week. Oh,
it wasn't
this week.
Yeah, you're right. It was last week.
Yeah, it was a week and a half ago.
It was last week.
Had a restock. Mother of all mushrooms tore it up. Was by far the most popular thing, which
did everybody get?
I think we expected.
Anybody that ordered one? Did you get
I saw some pictures of people getting their mushrooms today, and that was really nice. Looks like they came out really well, which is good.
The world's better with more mushrooms.
It's nice. It's a really cool standalone piece. It's a fairly low price point. Like it's a nice piece. I'm glad we got it back.
You know what? It's something that you probably don't have from any other source. Let's put it that way.
It's not so niche that you have no reason to have it, but it's niche enough that the market's not drowning in massive glowing mushrooms.
Matt's is glowing on his desk right now.
Perfect.
If anybody got it unpainted and you're gonna go in and paint that, you can pry the top off the it's just held by one spot of glue on the top of the little peg and thing. You can pry that off for easier painting so you don't hit the clear stuff if you want, and then pop it back on.
Yes.
It would help your painting. It'll be so much easier to do that upper lattice thing.
Yes. Trying to think of anything else.
Right.
So the point is the restock. I don't think we sold out of anything. So go ahead and look through that. If you're making a Lowtown order, see if there's anything from that restock you want to throw into that, so you can have it all ship at once. I know there were a lot of people who were
doing it all at once. That's smart.
There were a lot of people who were waiting for that, anyways.
Yeah.
We restock of the mushroom painted with UV paint in the future. No plans to change the paint schemes.
That'd be a good idea. That would be neat. If there was something we'd put in that green that would make it pop.
Yeah. Shopify offered UPS SurePost, so shipping was cheaper. Our shipping options are changing constantly. Like Jay is constantly in conversation.
It's his like personal quest to game the shipping system.
Well, I don't know if you don't.
Wild.
If you don't work in a field or in a job where you have to think about shipping constantly, it's very easy. I think most people wouldn't know how complicated it is to actually set up shipping options on the back end.
Yeah.
UPS and FedEx, they're like constantly changing the rules and their rates. And 1 week you could wake up and suddenly they've doubled their rates, and then Jay has to go in and talk to them and try to work out a new deal. Like it's complicated.
They negotiate it based on how much you use it and stuff. So he negotiated right after we shipped all the Lowtown because we just shipped so much stuff. He's like,
look at how much business we do.
We're big movers. We're sellers. We gotta
Yeah.
So we have a good deal for a little bit. Hopefully it'll hold out until Starforge, and he can renegotiate again.
I think he said he wanted to change the bulb to be UV. Oh, I think that's
wanted to, but I realized it way late after the fact. I mean, originally, 6 years ago, that was the original plan, and then it didn't happen, and then I forgot that we were reordering it until it arrived.
Yeah. Someone who works in e-commerce. Yeah, exactly. Like e-commerce, if you're shipping things constantly, it's a constant struggle, especially when you're dealing with both overseas and domestic. Like just working out all the logistics, trying to get the prices reasonable.
Mudkip, that's a good idea. Get everything now before prices go up.
Yeah. all before the price increase. Oh yeah, that price increase too. We'll give everybody like plenty of heads up when that comes as well. Uh, we don't know exactly what we're doing yet. Some of it is just continuing to watch the tariff situation to see if things settle anywhere as well.
What is pirate ship?
Pirate ship is it's a
Fascinating.
is it a shipping site or is it a carrier?
Have you said
With pirate ship, I think it's a shipping site. I've heard people talk about it. Like a lot of my friends who do
how
Etsy stuff.
genius is that? If you're a shipping company, you're like, wait a second, we can call ourselves
Yeah.
pirate ship. That is like, it's amazing. Discounted shipping site.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how they do it, but I've heard a lot of my friends who do Etsy stuff talk about pirate ship.
That's killer.
Speaking of shipping, hey, the
Look at that
Starforge stuff. The Starforge stuff is waiting for a boat. Shipping is imminent. We will let you know. We're hoping that it gets on a boat by the end of the month.
This is a case in point where like this stuff's been ready to rock, and it's, you know, I don't know if it's a paperwork thing or a trucking thing or a container thing or whatever, you know, it's just been like, it's been a couple of weeks waiting, we're waiting for them to get on there. Like this happens all the time with the shipping where it's like, you know, you think stuff are queued up and it's not moving. Then sometimes you'll get like, we'll get the notice like, oh yeah, it's been on the water for 3 days or something. There's weird, I don't know. Like it's just,
Yeah, we don't get completely up to the minute updates on it. But yeah, all the Starforge stuff is ready. It's just waiting. It's just waiting to go out. And yeah, we'll let you know. We'll let you know when we've got a ship. I'm really hoping that the monthly update this month can be we're on the water. But it's just kind of waiting to see if it gets picked up.
I'll bet one Valorian silver piece that it's gonna get up by the end of this month. We'll see.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sorry, no modular pirate ships yet, Arthur.
And then the last thing.
But you know, there's a Dungeons and Lasers is gonna launch a pirate ship, which would be kind of neat. It's not even modular, but it's gonna be cool. April 1st.
Did you get the final test stuff in for Starforged? Yeah, we've had our final test shots in for a while, and they were just finishing production basically.
On the updates.
I think we've shown everything.
Yeah.
Have we shown everything?
Yeah,
I think so.
We haven't gotten our final like factory packed. Like we have 2 outpost alphas coming for the studio. Those have not arrived yet.
But we got all the
may arrive as early as Monday. We'll see. Those are supposed to go out airship the same time the stuff is going on the boat. So let's see. It's all up in the air. Can't wait. We will show it off though once we get it. We'll definitely show it off on air here. We wanted it for Adepticon, but
let's see. Last thing. The reason we're off stream next week is that we're all going to be at Adepticon. We're going to be in Milwaukee. We're going to be there Thursday through Sunday, the full time that the exhibitor hall is open. We're going to have maybe having a little 40K table in the casual play area if you're somebody who likes to bring your armies to play. Casual play. I think it's called casual play. Is there casual events?
Versus like the tournament. The tournament.
Yeah, we're not like going to be in like the big serious tournament area. But yeah, I think I can't remember. I think the way Adepticon works is you don't need a badge to walk the exhibitor hall. I think you just need to register for doing events and such.
If it's just like last year.
I think. I could be wrong on that. Court Jester can correct me. I think that's the case. So if you're in Milwaukee and you haven't registered or anything, or if you're close to Milwaukee, that's correct. Awesome. Hey, yeah, so if you're remotely close to Milwaukee and you want to come by, you don't even have to like get a badge or anything if you just want to come by the booth. The cool thing about Adepticon, it is almost entirely people who make miniatures and terrain and stuff like that. So if you just want to come by, there's a lot of really cool vendors there. I've gotten into so many.
It's a dangerous floor to walk. I tell you, it's all paints and minis and terrain and awesomeness.
It's one of the most. Yeah, it's show floor wise. It's the con we've been to where it's like the only con we've been to where the focus isn't on like dice and
there are dice still, but
there are dice, but like the main focus is definitely on like hobbyist stuff, on painting supplies, miniature supplies, models, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a very cool
big bus for painting. There's every kind of paintbrush you can imagine.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, even if you don't play
12 people selling paint and like it's
even if all you play is D&D.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, like,
it's awesome.
War game companies like these independent skirmish games and such. it's a good way to find a lot of really cool specialized sculpts to use in
Yes.
RPGs as
Yes.
well.
Oh
Like,
yeah, there's some killer
yeah.
stuff and everything. Just cool grass and stuff for your basing and just just stuff you didn't even know you needed that you will see. Oh, I guess I need that. It's really neat.
Yeah, Dragos. I think Gary Con is not a con that makes a ton of sense for us to go to as a company.
Yeah.
Just in terms of what the kind of intention of the con is. I guess it's the same reason why we don't go to. What are some other cons that we don't go to?
All the ones except for Gen Con, PAX, Adepticon, and UK Games.
Basically, we do very few cons a year just
Yeah.
because it takes so much of our resources. So we're really trying to target things where it's like we are going primarily to places where it feels like we actually have potential customers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any cons out west that you guys will be at this year? I don't think we have any plans to go out west. Getting out west is pretty hard for us.
Mace has dreamed about doing PAX West, adding that to the lineup, but
The tough thing
you
is
were
we
out there scouting it a
yeah
couple years ago.
we scoped it out one year. I think the issue is PAX West is the one that has like the least tabletop presence out of the PAXs. Just tough for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, just the overlap, Gary Con and Adepticon overlap. It's
True.
tough. The time.
That is also an issue. If we had like a team that was just a dedicated convention team that wasn't doing anything else, it'd be easier to do a lot of cons if we.
Yeah.
But the problem is when we do a con, like we lose a lot of people who are kind of core to moving things forward on projects.
It's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And it's all it's really important to us to have our our team in the booth, with the exception of we will sometimes bring beloved members of the community into the booth also.
Yeah.
But it's like we don't want to just hire random mercenaries to like run the booth. Like it needs to be people who like live and breathe Dwarven Forge and get it.
SLC. Yeah. I'd love to go back to Salt Lake. It's been.
Speaking of beloved,
Bunny's in the house. I think that's all the news that we had.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any. If there's anything about any of that wasn't clear, you need more questions, we can easily answer questions about them throughout the throughout this stream. Like I doubt that. Well, I don't know. We could probably fill an hour and a half with just looking at these pieces. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. You wanna?
We didn't mention Dungeons Reforged, that there's basically no new news. Right. We're cooking away.
Just
the actual production.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Like we still need to.
Samples have gone out. They're tooling away. It's kind of the boring part of production right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cooking.
Yeah, we haven't gotten anything back to show you guys yet. But that'll be happening over the next couple of months. So we'll have to show you soon. Stuff to show you soon. Okay.
All right. Do you guys want to see some stuff for Cities Reforged?
Beans.
So Cities Reforged will be our next campaign, launching summer of 2025. That's this year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And it will be we're going back into cities and cleaning up everything we didn't clean up in Lowtown. In other words, like gathering up the Tudor and accessories and streets and reconfiguring those sets that needed reconfiguring, adding some new sculpts, remastering. We're putting some magnets in the bottoms of the streets, but kind of modernizing the rest of the existing collection. So we'll have, by the end of this, we'll have rustic wood, fieldstone, and Tudor kind of all in packs of the same ratios. Everything, you can finally get LED walls and magnetic walls and whatnot for Tudor, as well as we're expanding, we're adding some double highs and some narrows and some facades and whatnot. Floors with the biscuit slots, posts with the facade slots or holes. So just sort of catching the whole collection up. So when it gets into the web store, we'll have like the whole city's collection will be up to date. And then that sort of sets the stage for when we go back to Hightown, adding new stuff such as Ashlar, or Cathedral, or Graveyard, or Town Square, or fences, or whatever else we add, but we'll have everything else. The baseline will be all cut up, and gathering up stuff that was hard to get, like the lion statues or the smuggler's wagon, or all the there's a lot of pieces that were kind of lurking around crowd pleasers. So gathering all that stuff up, packaging up into easy to get sets that make sense, and doing a big old print run of that. So let's see what some of the stuff we got.
Yes. Basically, after this, we should be like caught up on city stuff, and we can just focus on moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be nice.
Yes, it'll be nice. So we have I don't know, where do we start here? So this was so we did for
Start in the front, work our way back, maybe.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna swing around over here. All right, so let's come on over. Enhance. Oh yeah, look at that focus. It's like crystal clear.
Oh well, we might want to
focus assist.
We might want to get rid of focus assist. Hang on a second.
AF off. No, it's autofocus.
It's
on the dial. Oh, focus magnifier is the top one, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Focus assist. Just get that off.
Yeah, there it is.
That should be
nice.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're good.
All right, so we got we have this little planter first bit, which we gotta shrink down. It's a little too big because it towers over your size menu. But the idea was that you want something that was substantial, and this is maybe I got hit with an enlarged spell. But the idea is we have it in 2 colors. So we'll have an alt. So you can use it to decorate up. Because one of the things, anybody here in the original cities, that was, everything was pretty much beige, right? It was like just full on beige. So we're trying to get some colors. Aaron has been on a crusade to get a better palette for cities. So these are, because also one of our sort of goals is to get you stuff that you can do some rural urban stuff, suburban. What is it? Like your cottages out in the countryside, right? You get some beautify some stuff up with planters. So we got some planters here that'll fill roughly a 2x1. So there's 1, 2. It'll be an alternate paint, so we can similar to the curtain from Lowtown, right? Everybody loved the curtain. You got it in green and in burlap. It's kind of fun. All right, so that's our first guy. Any questions about the planter?
Can we get a pack of planters, please?
Oh, it's a mimic.
Without a plain wall in the pack.
What? The planters will not be in a wall pack. Yeah, they'll be. Yeah. They will be separate. As a yes. LED fireplace we did in Lowtown. Like those planters. Planters and mimic, totally. Lowtown, Urban Gardens. Yeah, in Brooklyn. Exactly.
Are the plants removable?
No.
You got a knife?
Yeah. You got a drill? You got a scroll saw? Synthetic. The LED Lowtown fireplace was in cottage dressing pack, I think was the easiest way to get it. It was a small self-contained pack. It had like a bed, a fireplace, a rug, I think, in the mantle shelf or something. I believe it was that. Someone can correct me. Yeah. So then let's see, while we're over here, we've got whoops, let's pan up. We have a big old double high wall, also currently obscured by shadow. The light. No. We need the lower one. Well, so let's pull this off. So this is the we're gonna have some sort of tapestry. This is one from Lowtown. Pop that off. So this wall already needs to change because I don't know if you noticed, it's missing. Every other wall in the Tudor world has wood on the sides to transition it between the corner posts. So right now it's really weird, right? The wood beams are going into nothingness and whatnot. So this guy needs a little love, but we'll get there. Similar to, you know what, I already baked it in. Hold on, let me get one that's not baked into the thing so we can see it.
Yes, Mudkip, a lot of the hard to find dressing from cities will be making appearances in various packs in this campaign. However, not the runic throne, but it's because there's actually going to be an answer for that straight to store before the campaign happens.
Okay. Whoop. All right. So here's one out of the frame rate. So it's missing. It needs some wood on either side, similar to how the big double door wall will be. Also, this will be magnetic, so you can put all your magnetic accessories on it, and it's a quick way to build fast. Big fan of the double highs. And their double high door wall will have, it's double-sided, so each side is a little different. And it'll have the spots so you can put any of our double doors in there. There's an operable one in the back that Miles put together, but it's in the build, so I'll fake it with the, right, so you can do something like, ah! Can I jam those in there and just have it? Oh. Yeah, questionable. Yeah, good enough. Well, all right, well, Hollywood it is. Right, so you get your doors on there, and you know, problem. You can use any. You can use your dungeon doors, your any doors, whatever. Yada yada yada. All right, so the questions about the double highs, double highs, double highs, double highs, double highs. So there will also be these big, beautiful double high. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna start disassembling because
We don't need it anymore.
no,
Hopefully.
but it's fun to see. All right, gotta wait a second. All right, so there will be double high corner posts going like that, and they'll the same as the double high corner posts from Lowtown. They'll have a facade hole up there and a facade hole in the middle, so you can put your facades in which where. Our first facade piece is this guy, this arch. What's fun about it is it kicks out, so it's breaking the box in a nice way. And we're endeavoring to put biscuit slots in the back as well as the facade holes. So that means that you can pop it in at like the top of the wall height like that into the facade holes, or if you want to pop it in a floor height higher, use the biscuit slots to pop in like that, which is what I find I want to do if we're putting a door over it. Oh, like, hang on. Please stand by. Get a little space here. Hold on. All right, like this. Look. Oops, sorry, buddy. I'll pull you off. Whoa. All right, so you can do. I don't know if this. Oh, it's magnets. I'm like, what's getting us? We get magnets. So you can do something like this, where I'll pull it off. Boop, 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 boop. All right, you could have an open. You could use it to do like a cool open thing. You could even do it like a Bridge of Valor type thing over the streets. We'll definitely do that sort of build at some point. So it's raised up, so it's hitting the floor of the level above it, and then it can kind of support the next facade piece. We'll just look at in a sec. Gives you more space to walk through if you do that, or you can put it down like a regular facade, like over here. It's sitting at regular height, something like that. Bum, 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 bum. Cool Tudor arch, right? And the fun gag we have in here are these are the those are those corner post fillers from Lowtown, right? Those can fill in, so you can make a neat little walkway sort of through. I don't know. This is going to open up a whole bunch of fun bits. It also works really nicely. Same arch is under. You can see it under the Tudor overhang, right? The original overhang from cities. It works really well under there. Under there, it works under anything. It's gonna be a great. It's gonna be a workhorse. You can use the thing all over the place. All right. So then the next. Well, I have it here too. While we're this thing. Oh, in this case, I was just putting a building with a door behind it to make it a cool little. All right, so then the next one above it, we have another facade piece. which is it's a little double window facade. So it'll take. All right, I'm gonna take everything out. Wait, I have one that's. Come on, do I not have that? All right, it looks something like this. All right, look at that thing. So it's it kicks out a bunch. All right, so it'll break the silhouette on your building, like you can sort of see here. Right? It kicks out really nice. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah. How about two centered windows, right? Who needs a center window? You can have two centered windows, right? And then it's got all of those decorative bits, whatever, and it'll take the window panes as well as you can then put your window inserts. So you can do a gag like that, right? Where these are the window boxes from Lowtown stuck in there with some window panes. Big fan of this guy. I'm gonna say that about every piece because I love all the pieces, but you know. All right, we'll put it back on. Right now everything's held together with white stick because we're in that wonderful, really messy prototype stage where everything's held together with white stick before Miles gets pegs in there. We get there. Any questions about that guy? Pretty a kebab shot.
Yeah, people are saying it looks like a shop front.
Yeah, it totally looks like a shop front, especially if you put it down real low. And this one does not take biscuits. It's gonna have facade pegs in the back. Bump, 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 bump.
Now you want that in wood too? It basically it's
Other than
it's
a
pretty
little
heavily.
bit of Tudor flash, you know what you could do? You could probably paint that like a wood color and then pop it on your wood building, and no one would know the difference.
That would probably look fine on just a plain wood
Yeah.
building too.
You know what? We'll have to test it.
Yeah.
That'll be a good. We could do it. Should we do it right now? Is that not?
I don't see any reason why not.
I mean,
Unless you want to finish the walkthrough and then
No, because
we
it's
can do
gonna
it
go
after.
forever. There's a whole bunch of things. Well, this is a good. Oh yeah, you can put this as like a gate through. Totally. To Lowtown. You know what we're gonna do? Bump, bump, bump. Ugh. Do you have the wide camera set up? They can see the.
Oh, God, I think we do. Hang on a second. Let me see.
Whatever. Activating Lowtown. Well,
Where's the?
bump, bump.
No, that's not that.
With this thing over. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I can get rid of that. Oh, man, I don't think it's worth it.
No. All right.
Yeah.
We got a big old rack of Lowtown. All right. Lowtown.
When is the campaign launch? We're looking at summer currently.
All right. Ooh, let's put the fancy corner posts on there. We'll probably need a couple of these because we want to put it in the second story. Ooh, I'm excited. You know what I should do?
That's not helping anybody.
There's two other pieces that kind of bookend this one. So we'll walk through those and then I'll do a wood test. Because I realize that we'll want to see it with all this stuff to see how it goes. Okay, so hang on. So we'll go back to. All right, so that was the double window bonanza. So then it needs a little something on the top. So what do we have here? We have the cutest little roof you've ever seen. All right, so this is a little tiny roof. So this will have biscuit slots in the back there, so you can just pop it out as a little little tiny awning or whatever. Any kick out you need in any of your other buildings. So this is designed to kind of transition it back up to another thing. And then below, you see this guy, we have another. Watch it. I'm going to pull out all the white stick. This is going to be great. Ugh. Yay, white stick. So then this is the lower portion. And this guy. All right, so this thing also 2 biscuit slots, and it's 1 floor's height. So you can use this as just a cool decorative bit on your wood buildings or your Tudor buildings or whatever. It works really well under sort of any of the things that jut out. Like it's like, I don't know if you can see, it's way back It's under the balcony here to kind of help support that balcony or whatever. So they all transition nicely together. So let's look at it. Let me look at it here, and then we'll look at it on wood. All right, hold on. Oh, you know what we can do? So here, put this one back. So here's the full transition. If we hit this guy, we get the arch up into this guy, and these are all each slightly different heights. So there's like a little step. It goes step up, step up, step up.
Really, it's not quite a biscuit filler, just because it fills 2 biscuit holes instead of 1.
Double biscuit filler.
Yeah, it's a facade, you know.
The biggest biscuit filler of all.
I guess it's not quite a facade.
No, it's a double biscuit filler, just like the Elven facade.
So it is a facade.
Well, no, 'cause I think we called that thing a biscuit filler. The one that was the double biscuit. It goes whatever. It spans 2 biscuit slots.
Call it whatever you want. It does. It's
Yeah.
pretty. It functions in a way that's pretty straightforward.
All right, so you can sort of, this is this is using all 4 of these pieces in a row, and it makes a pretty pleasing thing, and it kicks out the side of your building, so breaking the box in nice ways, all that good stuff, right? We can see it actually in action over here too, so from the side, just kicking out, doing that nice thing.
The nice thing too, however you feel about if you do want a different color scheme, getting just these and painting them yourself will not take long. It will be very easy if you want to get them unpainted.
Yeah, these are particularly like wood is pretty easy to paint.
Yeah.
And this is tiny. You could do, yeah. All right, so biscuit insert was used for the wide Elven facade. So there it is. So biscuit insert. All right, so let's try this on wood. Try this whole lineup on wood and see what happens. I don't know if I have enough light over here. Let's see what happens.
It looks workable to me.
You gotta see what's going on. All right, so this, I gotta get some walls.
Just wood wall spacers. Well, hey, you just got that, you know? Lowtown did not deliver that long ago. What does that small roof do that the metal one from Lowtown doesn't? The profile is different. It's smaller,
tiny comparison.
Gives a bit of a different
Here's
aesthetic.
the big mambo, and this is the cute little.
Yeah.
Hey.
Basically a different aesthetic.
Yep.
We wanted something to
similar.
cap that thing off instead of just using.
But you could mix and match, right? We haven't even tried that. That'll be another one to try. Is right. Let's try it. Oh yeah,
It's gonna extend out over that thing though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We want stuff to sort of stack and have all those kind of cool medieval. There's all that sort of stepped feeling to the buildings, where there's lots of little layers stepping out and stepping back in, and the like. All right, so we're gonna put this out here. Let's put. Where are the walls? Oh, really? There's an entire rack of Lowtown, but it doesn't actually have any walls? They're on a separate thing. All right, I have to get the secret wall stash.
Let's see. Could you slap a 2x4 onto the front of this to get really jettied with this? Slap a 2x4 onto this to get really jettied with it. Slap a 2x4.
Okay.
Is there a facade that takes the 2 biscuit holes and takes it down to a single center spaced biscuit, like a single biscuit adapter?
We
have
currently,
not
that's
yet.
A cool idea. I like it. Ideally, it would jut out. It would either be a 1/2 inch or an inch, so you get like a nice. You'd get a good measurement there. All right, so we're gonna put that guy down. Where are the arches?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can do a jetty like that.
A what?
You can biscuit a 2x4 floor, coming off on a 4x4 floor to like jetty out a small room.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cantilever out some madness. All right. So we got that on there. Then we'll put this guy.
Bottle-shaped glass tower looks very cool. Rabbit, I don't know if you also made the glass tower joke earlier as well, but there's been a couple.
Ooh, rustic wood, feeling good.
That was you? Okay. It's the new glass roofs that we're making. The city's reforged.
Should be popular. That way you can see the modular ships more easily.
I think Finley pointed out that the new Tudor double window attachment looks like the windows on the back of a galleon.
Yeah, very much so. All right, so that's pretty neat.
The new crystal set. We're doing crystal cities. We're gonna do a crystal version of each biome. Those sets were popular enough.
Crystal Caverns, Crystal Castle. Hey, that was a...
Crystal Swamps. Crystal Castle was pretty... Why do I know that? Was that a game?
I think so.
I think it was. It's like an old NES. Hang on. Let me check that out.
Hey, when you don't have two screens, it's a harder,
Yeah,
harder beast.
Crystal Castles was a band?
Oh, yeah.
Huh, I thought
They
it was a
were
game
like
too.
electro band in the early aughts, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is my guess.
If anybody needs extra motivation to make the trip to Milwaukee for Adepticon, there's some banging musical acts lined up for that week. Blue Oyster Cult is playing Milwaukee while we're there. Heart is playing Milwaukee while we're there.
Hearts playing?
Heart's playing, yeah. Crystal Castles was a video game as well. Okay. Yeah, I know this. It was an Atari game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember this. Man.
A man.
Should go to AEW. Wait, is there wrestling happening while we're there? I mean, I'm gonna need to tell Mace that. AEW is wrestling,
no.
right? Old school arcade game from the 80s. Okay, I wonder if the band was named after the arcade game. Okay, I do need to tell Mace about that because we might actually want to try and go to. I don't know how expensive that runs. Letitia knows Crystal Castles. She's recommending songs.
The best.
How far is the middle facade coming out? 1 inch from the wall? Looks like less than an inch to me.
No, it's like I don't know. It's like a 5/8 or something.
Yeah, that's definitely less than an inch. It's a very it's definitely not as big as the bay window from
No,
from,
that was
from
that was
Lowtown.
a dead inch because we wanted to build off of this. Was just cosmetic because it doesn't build off, and was trying to hit a different size. So that works pretty well. Wood and a little Tudor. You could also then just I need a.
Is the
How
new
do I not have
small
any biscuits?
is the new small roof piece the right height to be a slope or step up to the door on a building that's not in line with the terrain? Seems like it should be.
It's one roof height or one floor height.
Yeah, like it is a floor height, so you
like a
could
little
do it that
ramp.
way. Be interesting. Excited for the Tudor water wheel. Yeah, the big thing we realized was that we need to have a water wheel for each scheme. So we're actually making a field stone and a Tudor water wheel. But we'll probably be able to sell enough of both. That'll be fine. Then eventually we'll do an ashlar water wheel made out of stone.
But we also have a couple little ramps that we made in Lowtown, and we have some small stairs. We do have other options for that also.
Sinister water wheel. Yeah. Gotta do that as well.
Sinister water wheel.
Crystal water wheel.
LED crystal water wheel.
Yeah.
We got this ramp that literally is a ramp also.
But what if you want it to be a metal ramp up, you know?
We have a stone one.
Lava
Put
wheel's a pretty
tinfoil
good
on it.
idea. Jade water wheel, GameFAQ exclusive.
Jade.
There's
White marble water wheel.
Yeah. Marble water wheel. Water wheel of sorrows.
You can do that too. If you want. Got some fun mix and match options.
Definitely, it does overhang it.
Yeah.
Could we see not yet as small as it will be planter next to window boxes? It does look so much bigger. It looks like
it's a little big.
It looks like they blasted the window box with a like a growth ray. They put it on one bow.
A ruined water wheel. The Necromancer's water wheel. Holy moly.
Crystal water wheel is the name of my ska folk fusion band. Dun, dun. Runic water wheel. Yeah. Yeah, going back to people were asking if the runic throne was going to be in this. No, a ton of the old dressing. I think is like all the old dressing from KS3 basically getting rescued here.
We're trying to.
Yeah.
Tyler was looking at the runic set. I don't know where it's.
So,
all that stuff is on the radar.
So it turns out, so the runic's not happening because it turns out we already have a solution for that. That's going to be hitting the web store before.
Oh, we already ordered that.
Yes,
Oh,
I wasn't
amazing.
sure if he had ordered it yet or not, but he had. So we're actually going to have a new those runic,
the runic bits,
all the runic bits that weren't castle specific. Like the arrow slit covers aren't in there, but there's 2 packs, one for the LEDs and one for the dressing pieces, that are going to be coming to the store along with those like castle transition pieces. There's a bunch of kind of rescuing castle sets coming in a restock that Jay is saying currently should be late spring. We'll see. We'll have a firmer idea of when it'll actually hit, as they start producing
when we
it.
get to late spring, we'll know more.
Yeah. Will there be slots in the window facades for the window acetate inserts?
Yes.
Yeah. Loving this bit of Tudor stucco on rustic wood. These are going to be lovely. Yeah, they've always mixed together pretty well. There's another restock list out there? Yes, but it's not public yet. But we've got... I was going over the list. He was figuring out exactly how much they were actually doing. I think it was even unclear to Jay, like, what exactly they were doing. It's been a bit of a mad scramble. So...
Good kind of scramble.
Yes.
All right. What other fun bits do we have?
Anything juicy?
Mostly
a bunch of
questions
castles.
on this little lineup. We got the facade family and biscuit fillers, biscuit inserts, whatever they are.
Man, there's a couple questions. Can we see that middle facade on the ground with the arch facade over it?
The blue thing on the ground with the arch over it, like.
Oh, so then you've got the bottom arch piece. See what that looks like.
Like that?
It's kind of fancy.
Yeah.
Includes the runic gargoyle. I think we already had a gargoyle solution. Didn't we put the gargoyle in a? What's the runic gargoyle? Is that the JST?
The Gargoyle Guardian.
Yeah, the Gargoyle Guardian. Gargoyle Guardian. Wound up in a Dungeons Reforged set.
Did it?
Didn't we put the Gargoyle Guardian and the Gorgon and?
No, that was the Savage Gargoyle.
Savage Gargoyle? Oh, there's 2 gargoyles?
The Guardian's the one that has the eyes that glow.
Oh.
The one.
Did we have
the Savage Gargoyle is the one that just sits like on the, you can sit anywhere.
Okay.
I don't think that guy's made it back yet, but he needs to.
Those JST, I think the JST pieces, the plan is to do. I don't think he was runic. He was a castle piece, but it wasn't runic. The runic.
He had a gargoyle theme in castles.
Yeah, the runic JST was like the wizard spire thing. Yep. That's gonna be in it. But it's like a runic themed. It's like the Sorcerer's Sanctum dressing. It's literally just all the dressing pieces from the Sorcerer's Sanctum build, and then there's like Sorceress LEDs.
Sorceress LEDs.
Yeah, so those are out there. I think Gargoyle is something we gotta salvage still, but we're getting that, and then 4 new castle transition kind of building sets that the goal is that you get these, and if you've got a watchtower and you've got walls, you can do the corner towers, you can do the inline towers, you can do the steps up
Gargoyle
under the
is a good boy band.
Savage Gargoyle. Are there specific themes that are being added with Cities Reforged? I'm getting kind of a Shire Cottage core vibe with what's been shared.
Wait, what was the question?
Is there specific themes that are being added with Cities Reforged? We're trying to make specific
Greenery.
buildings.
Greenery. We're trying to do quaint cottages and kind of warmth and life to your Tudor.
Monkey gargoyle.
Yeah, it was very monkey gargoyle. So this was the so what else we got here? Back in the
We get more acetate window designs.
all right, so we've got the new corner post. So we haven't really looked at the corner post yet, right?
Oh yeah.
So, new corner post has this have the little hole in there for the facade holes, and the goal is to kind of we try and hide the little facade hole in the sculpt, so all the sculpts will tend to like the fieldstone one, we resculpted that so we could hide it in the cracks between the rocks. Similar, Eli made a little divot there so that we could hide.
I got to make a new mold anyways. Like.
Yeah, might as well do it right and just try and disguise those holes best we can. So then next to it we have a
new beggar,
little narrow door, and that is the little cousin to the noble's door from Original Cities. So it's kind of a nice little match. Those two gives you a little family and a little splash of color, and you can also use the Lowtown, the narrow door from Lowtown. It's all wood. Like that also works fine in with your Tudor build. If I could find one, I'll show you, right? Because it's just all wood, right? So similar to this, like this is all wood. You can just imagine just a different door in there. So you basically have two door options now, kind of a more rundown one and a more classy one. That's why we made this one classier, because there's already the one from the Lowtown that you can use. So this will give you a classy option instead of just having a plain old door, because we already had a pretty plain door. And then above it, we have the new narrow window, which has this nice little kick out, and that'll take the narrow window inserts as well as the acetate window panes. I really like this one because it just has such it kicks out so much. It breaks up the wall in a really nice way.
Please, no more acetate window designs. I have like 5,000 of those little inserts floating around. Are we making new ones, or are we just using the ones we already got?
We'll probably have to add some, just because John David asked so nicely for them. Said please.
We're gonna make a shimmer frond
window
design.
insert,
and we're gonna put it in every set.
They run out quick when you do double side. Oh yeah.
That's the wall piece, right? Not an insert to a wall piece.
Which what?
That is the wall piece, not an insert to a wall piece. Are you talking about the wood jutting out on the narrow window?
Let's pull it out. Hang on. Well, let's show it. Let's take a look. Oh, you know what? It's all it's white stuck together. Hold on.
Oh, never mind.
Get one that's not. Well, because there's no pegs in them yet, so I just am jamming everything together like a white stick savage, like a berserker of poster putty. There we go.
Berserk.
So it's this little guy, mini shimmer frond window box. Shimmer frond wall portrait micro painting stretch goal. Jeffrey's right. This sorting all the little bits is getting them all out of those bags. I just cut the Ziploc bags in mass and line up like 5 of them and cut the tops off all of them and then dump the stuff out.
I think Lowtown definitely set a record for just like how many little things there are to achieve all that modularity.
Ooh, the ghost outline. Mini shimmer frond window box. All right, so this, and then you'll be able to put like window inserts in or whatever, so it'll look neat. All right, so those are, we have the narrow, we got the new posts, we got the narrow window, we got the narrow. Oh, we don't have. All right, where's the solid narrow solid wall? Do I even have one in here?
Solid wall.
No, I might not have one in this build. Let's see. All right, I gotta get one. I thought I had everything here to show, but these are good problems to have. So I have to keep getting more cool pieces.
See what we got here. There goes the baker with his tray like always. New floors for Tudor? No, we're gonna use the wooden floors that we did in Lowtown because they're basically the same thing. Like there's a very little. We don't want to sculpt a whole new wooden floor where it's just like a different. We've already got parquet and rundown wood.
Yep. Yeah, the theory was both parquet and the regular wood floors were designed to work nicely with the Tudor. And if you already have it, we don't want to have to sell you more floors if you already have floors that work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't want to bug people too with like feeling like you have to collect. Like,
well, similarly, we're gonna do all the pledges are gonna be topless. Like there'll be no roofs. So you can, if you already have existing terracotta and slate or existing modular roof or whatever, like you don't have to get the roofs, right? You can use whatever toppers you've got. Or you can get, you get them with the tops and then you have options. But there's a lot of top options, so you can get them.
options even.
Options. So this is the there's gonna be a solid wall. Look, it's an H for offseller. And so that'll so now you'll have basically you'll have a full suite of narrow walls for Tudor. So you have a door wall, a window wall, a solid wall, and for double high you'll have a solid magnetic and a double door wall. So you'll have and a double high post and new post. You'll have the full contingent. You have all the existing Tudor walls plus these new narrow and the new double high plus this new facade collection to bulk out the Tudor offer in a nice way. Ooh, it's giveaway time.
Yes. Should we just do topless as the word?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Will that get us flagged by?
No.
Okay.
Forgot the last one was Year of Luigi. Okay. Here we go. Hey, if you want a chance to win a Dwarven Forge gift card for $50, go ahead and type topless in chat. If
As
you
in
had
buildings
any,
without roofs.
yeah, if you had any questions or anything that was really important for us to see, wait for everybody to stop posting topless in chat because I can't read anything anymore.
And
so just give that a little bit of time.
Repeat. What do we have back here? Oh, we can't see. Disassemble. Where is it? Yeah, you can sort of see. I wanted to look at the double highs back there with the big arches on. I got a lot of buildings. Comes out. Oh, no.
We've definitely not crossed turn. If this breaks TOS for some reason, I'm gonna be furious.
I don't think they're paying much attention to us on Twitch, I'll be honest.
No, far worse things happen on this platform on a regular basis.
Yeah. So we got
I don't think we've given a number on how many new sculpts are in Cities Reforged. More than Dungeons Reforged for sure.
Yes. Well, there's still we're dripping stuff out as we go, but this is I think we've shown you all the new Tudor expansion now, I believe, if I'm forgetting anything. We still have a bunch of greenery. We have a little bit of street expansion. The greenery is kind of the biggest, newest. Like that's all new, except for the we're doing sort of an IV expansion, but other than that, it's all new stuff versus little Streets expansion, little Tudors expansion.
Where are you hiding? Where are we hiding the street to train tray transition piece? I don't think any compatibility with the new windowsills and the low town rope pegs for
What are the
clothesline.
windowsill?
I guess putting like a.
Can you clarify the windowsills?
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I guess because we.
This is
it
not
was the
High
corbel.
Town. This is Cities Reforged.
It
Correct.
was just a polar accessory, not polar. It's just a pull accessory,
Polar.
right? The polar expressory.
So really, yeah, this is just Cities Reforged. This is us cleaning up Tudor, adding a little, like cleaning up a lot of the existing stuff and adding a little bit of greenery.
Yeah, there's a couple IV expansion. Yes, there are some things in here that probably would have been Hightown, but yeah.
This was the Tudor was originally the Tudor expansion was originally for Hightown, and some of the greenery. Yeah, so we pulled out some stuff that would make a good self-contained campaign and would help us update the store. The front talks, yeah.
Yeah, the primary goal
bump
here.
out pieces and the thin.
Do we have like official names for them?
Oh, these new.
Yeah.
So sorry, what was the question then? So okay, so what was the question? This guy.
Bump out pieces in the thin built-in window.
Is this the thin built-in window?
I think that might be the narrow window.
I totally, yeah, I don't know. We haven't official names yet. There is this door stuff.
It's not that Hightown is not going to happen, and more that it might be something we accomplish through a series of smaller campaigns, or like we will have a couple things here and there, like the Street and Tudor expansion in Grass, and then there might still be like a Hightown campaign, but it likely will not look like the size of the Lowtown campaign.
Glamorous, the goal with that Arch thought is to do both is to have two biscuit slots in the back and have the two facade peg holes, so you can have even two heights. So you could have it at the height, like you see it right now. It's where I'm pointing. So right here, it's that's right. So here it is flush to the top of the wall, or you could then go biscuit mode up one and have it be flush with the floor above. So that's key if you want to use it as like a walkway through, like right if you have like if this is flush to the top of the wall, it kind of crowds your door. If you have it you go biscuit mode and kick into the floor above, then you get some room for your door. Something like that.
Love breaking out into smaller campaigns. It will ultimately cover more.
Yeah.
That and like, hey, that means we can like guarantee you guys get this stuff next year.
Well, we can churn it out faster, easier for quality control, easier just across the boards, easier to execute, easier to less buy-in on your end.
Easier to understand everything that a campaign has. Easier to digest something that's 70 pieces instead of 200.
Easier build guides, easier paint guides, easier video work, easier everything. Yeah.
It's also nice to see you support OG sets. We want everything you've got to stay useful in some capacity. There's, like you can still use the old corner posts and floors without biscuits and everything to do like your ground floors or your things that don't need facade holes and stuff like that. Yeah. Like we want it all to still be.
It all plays
compatible.
with the old stuff. Oh, speaking of which, Tyler has made by popular request is doing some corner post only packs that will be the intention is a limited print run, so it's not
just for the campaign.
It's not a limited edition, like it's not like we'll never do it, but the idea is just to do it for the campaign and whatever overstock we have, and probably not run it again. But it's a courtesy to everybody that just wants like the new corner posts, so you can swoop in and grab those if you don't want, because the wall sets, we don't have any new walls any new regular size Tudor walls, right? We have new narrow and new double high, but no regular size. So those sets are going to be bundled up with the new posts. But if you just want the new posts, there'll be new post packs. And I believe I think he's putting together new post packs for Fieldstone and for Rustic Wood. No, maybe not Rustic Wood. Those didn't exist before. I gotta look at it. But the intention was to get people that already had collections. If you just wanted an easy way to get posts, so, to be continued.
As Ed, the courtyards are not planned for this campaign currently.
We're holding them for Hightown because they work well with something else we were putting together there.
Yeah,
so we didn't want to cannibalize too much. Like we were pulling stuff out that could be self-contained here, but didn't kneecap some of the other stuff we had planned down the line.
Yeah, anything that's not in this campaign is not dead. Giveaway yet? We're gonna roll it in a minute or two. If you missed the word is topless. So go ahead and get that in there. And then we're gonna roll it in like 30 seconds or a minute.
The kids in recess making fun of my resin bow ties. A solid wood double post piece. We don't have any plans. It's a good question. We don't have any plans to do double posts anymore. It's really hard for the factory to get the tolerances on those right because they have to squeeze the stuff together, and it was just like they were hard for them to make, and they didn't ever quite work as perfectly as we wanted them to. And the idea is if you want to have that effect, you can use a lateral peg between the new posts. All have the little facade holes, so you can laterally peg those together using the facade holes, and then join a building that way. But also the biscuits hold stuff together was the intention.
Gray Raven, whether the word gets censored or not, I think depends on your settings. I think they have it's not showing censored for me. But yeah.
Ooh, Topulous.
Well, the new narrow and double-sided walls similarly have a dirty side as with the OG Tudor walls.
So everything is just going to be dirty from here on out because cities are dirty. Right, that was our theory. The clean side is dead. We're just going dirty sides because it never really worked so well. Because if you wanted to move your window, if one side was clean, one side was dirty, and you wanted to move your window and you rotate around, now you have the clean side out, but you wanted everything else was dirty, and it just never quite landed. Pretty tough.
No plans for alt paint schemes outside of like those plants being offered in 2 schemes, basically.
Yes.
And then like the 2 kinds of roofs.
We're not going to. Those roofs do not have alt colors though. But the plants, we're going to have some plants in alternate colors. But nothing else in alt schemes currently.
Giveaway word is topless.
Hey, Ogre.
Any new color walls? No, just Tudor.
Just Tudor. So what was it? There was oh man. Narrow, double-sided dosage.
Yeah, we answered that. How about double high narrow walls? Was that the question?
Double high narrows currently. Oh yeah, the half posts are gonna come back. Yeah.
We did get that in? Yeah, that was a question. I was talking to Tyler about it because I know some people really want it. It was a thing. Not many people use them, but it's a question of like, is it because it's been hard to get?
It's gonna be a small self-contained pack, and for those that need them, they're neat. It's kind of frustrating because then you're going to want a bunch of other things too. But it's one of those systems that irks me because it needs a couple more things to really be full-fledged. But it's better to have it than nothing.
I am surprised that people are getting it. The word is topless. Topless. It's interesting to me that it's getting censored for some people.
That's funny.
That is very funny to me. I don't think it's that explicitly. I don't think it's that explicit. I feel like we've done worse.
Have we?
I think so.
Railings
with it? Yeah, so it'll be a pack of the half post and the railings. I can't remember the exact. I think it's 16 of the half post and 8 of the railing. I can't remember.
Something like that.
He worked out something.
High quantity, so you can swoop in and grab that.
Yeah.
Ham planet.
Yeah, the standalone pack will have the railings and the half post, so you can do like those kind of rooftop courtyard things.
Rooftop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. It's one. These are the sorts of things that there were tons of them. People that had backed the first Kickstarter, there were a ton of them, or in the third Kickstarter, there were a ton of them in stretch goals. So people tended to have a lot of them. Mm-hmm. So it's a pack that never sort of migrated to the store, and then
it was initially, those were for a while. I remember he was debating whether to include them or not, and I was just like, I'd say, we have enough people who do ask about them on the Discord that I'm like, we
Yeah.
should just see.
I mean, the goal is
Yeah.
to get everything, clear everything out of the original cities and get it into packs that make sense.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause there's so many good, fun little packs like that.
How big the post pack will be? The ones that are just corner post on their own?
I think it's 16x or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's
It would have to be fairly high multiple to make the
Yeah.
price worth it.
Oh, this is a great question. There we go. So, what's the real difference between Cities Untold, Hightown, and Cities Reforged? So, Cities Reforged is expanding Tudor, remastering our streets, adding a little bit of streets expansion, adding a little bit of Tudor expansion, and then adding some greenery. So it's mostly focused on and gathering any of the accessories or any of the other, the loose stuff we had. So it's mostly focused on gathering up all of our old stuff, getting it into packs that make sense, and remastering some things where it made sense, and then adding some greenery, some self-contained packs that are fun greenery bits. Hightown is going to be new stuff, right? Ashlar, stone, and the like. So it's all focused on expanding, new bits for the city rather than sort of cleaning up or lightly expanding some of the existing. And sewers is not going to be included in Reforged because we already added the magnets to those.
Yes.
No parapet currently. Good question.
Is there an intent to offer? So I answered Spinbender in chat, but yes, sidewalks will be in the campaign. All of the street pieces will be the sidewalks and the alleys and the streets. They're all getting new compositions to make them easier to access. Like
the alleys compositions are terrible.
Yeah, like the stuff from the old ones, not the new ones. The new ones are great.
Dragos, we were talking about the double wide posts. We're not going to do.
Yeah,
we are doing double high posts, but not double wide.
Narrow wall spacer is needed, right?
It's
something to think about.
Yeah, if you were going to try and do, we don't have a solution for narrow double high currently.
Jeffrey, we didn't say no new street sculpts. We're just saying that there are new compositions with all the old street sculpts.
Yeah, there's a light.
That's all
light expansion.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do for
I don't like the way you said that.
Take a quick razor, and then I can turn this half spacer into a narrow spacer real quick.
Waiting to get in the streets. Yeah, if you've been waiting to get in the streets, this is a great time to do it. They're all going to have magnets, and also like there will be a composition that's good that isn't just the Imperial streets for $400 or whatever.
Just the alleys, like alleys packs that make sense, and then a fun little expansion.
No Empire grab bag. I guess if there's anything still missing from KS3, it's going to be the minis, basically.
No, we're not touching any of those. Good question. These are good questions. We should do this giveaway, huh?
Yeah, we should. Let's go ahead and do that real quick.
Dwarven in the street.
Grandpappy 77.
Congrats!
Let me whisper you real quick. I think you've won before. Let me see. If you have, I'm assuming it's just going to be the same email as before. You do this enough times, you end up with a lot of repeat winners.
True. Delightful. Huge congratulations. Oh man, so now if anybody had any questions, if we didn't get to your question yet, you gotta retype it because everything just got blown up by
everything's congrats. I can scroll up a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna be harder to.
Okay. Starting fresh. Oh boy.
Light or dark city streets going forward. So it's not like there wasn't like a change in the paint scheme. It's just when you're dealing with, they're working with the same master as always, but it is just when you're dealing with. We're wanting them to, I guess,
it was a heavier hand on the dry brush.
Yeah.
Brighter.
Yeah.
Tudor windmill would be a great.
We're asking them to be closer to the original run, I believe, going forward, is what we asked for. But it is, yeah. Any idea on number of new sculpts? Do we have a count on that?
On what?
The number of new sculpts?
No, because it's a little in flux, but it's more than Dungeons Reforged.
Tudor windmill is a stretch goal?
That would be amazing. You could, or never win. Tellurian's never won.
Dial back that dry brush is the right call. Didn't look as good with the heavier hand. It's just kind of what happens when you're producing.
Really hard to get just the right touch.
When you're producing hand painted pieces, that are years apart, being done by different people. It's tough, especially like when
I mean, even when I
yeah
dry brush stuff, like I'm not hamster, right? I don't have perfect
yeah
consistency. Heck, even hamster isn't hamster, right? When we
yeah
go through the prototypes, there are sometimes you get one where you're like, whoop, this one was a little heavy. Like there's variance when it's a hand doing it.
yeah yeah.
Expertly painted. It is. What were the other questions that we missed? Did anybody type in a question that we didn't hit? Hit the questions.
Yeah, if there's any.
And we'll look at the greenery stuff on a future stream. We leave some beans yet to be explored. And also, is there anything we needed to test with these?
People are
see,
really into a Tudor windmill.
You know, Eli would love to do a windmill. Well, we'll see one day.
I'm not seeing any that we've missed in the past. Tudor double door, I need to be sure. The old double door will be available in a pack, and then this, these double highs are going to have like that piece you're looking at right there.
Yeah, that'll be in
So
there.
that new double high double door is going to be there, and then the double door, the KS3 double door is
yeah,
in at least one pack.
yeah. Good question. Any breaking the box diagonals, dangle rooms, poet nooks, etc. No, nothing. We're not doing any of the new crazy geometry for Tudor at this stage. But it sure would be fun to go do some of that stuff.
Any fancy showpieces that you're going to surprise us with closer to launch? I guess we'd have to, wait and surprise you with it if that were the case. Is the thing.
You'll have to just sit back and enjoy.
Bring back Eli's temple entrance. Unfortunately, it just doesn't fit Tudor as much.
Yeah, definitely doesn't fit Tudor. Wait for high time. Wait for high time.
Please make backfills. For which? Make backfills for what? And that.
A good idea to make backfills, but what?
Yeah, it depends on what you want the backfill to be.
What about the scope creep?
The sculpt creep has already happened. The sculpt creep. This is already much larger than it was supposed to be. We just need a wall with a hole in it, a rod with a place to attach the blades, and then a piece on the end for the inside to hold it down. Oh, to make a windmill. All old balcony pieces being considered for cities reforged. They're in here.
Scaffolding, a small round tower roof, and a cone to make a water tower.
Yeah, the balconies are in here.
Love it, Chuck.
Will new pieces be in their own packs? We don't need to get dupes of old stuff. I think it depends on what the new piece is. For the most part, yes.
The only old. Hey, what was the question?
Will new pieces be in their own packs so we don't have to get dupes of the old stuff?
I mostly. So like the narrow walls are going to come in a pack that has corner posts. So they'll be the new corner posts. But technically, if you already have corner posts, you might be like, well, I'm getting corner posts. But so that'll be an overlap. All the facades will be in their own thing. The double highs will be in their own thing. Those will have wood spacer in there, which you may already have, but I don't like. You can have a few more of those.
People are saying sidewalk backfills is what they're asking about.
There is a sidewalk backfill. That little diagonal. We'll see more when we get to the. We'll show you the little street expansion. It's pretty neat. Toby did some advanced builder fiddly bits for the street. There were a couple other questions back we missed. Oh, something about the old balcony. We're not doing there was a square, a really kind of janky square balcony that's going to be discontinued. It was this really lopsided sculpt that, it wasn't a great one.
The ones that you're using in this build,
this guy, the curved guy, will be in there, right? This one will be in there, and the overhang, right? This
I forgot about the square balcony.
This overhang will be in there. Yeah, the square balcony was terrible. It was not the finest work.
That Tudor double window facade goes onto some of those geometry breaking Lowtown pieces, right? You should be able to put it on the diagonal, right?
The facade?
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't? Where does he go on to? He
Mm,
obviously won't go on to like the dangle room.
yeah, it's wider than a wall, so it doesn't fit into the large diagonal because it's the length of a wall plus 2 corner posts.
Okay.
But there's, yeah. What you could do, here's one. So here's a, okay. Hey, wow. Okay, we're gonna go back to Paul for a sec. Hang on, or whoever was asking this. Okay, this is just jogged. Got a little memory jog here. All right. So, where's the large diagonal? Okay, but we'll start with these guys. Oh, here we go. Boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Please stand by. All right, so it's gonna work best with the little diagonal, but let's see where we're gonna. Let me get someone to cook over here. All right, let's come on.
I think the elegant railing is the one that's being discontinued,
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah.
it did not live up to its name.
It's not elegant. It's probably the least elegant of those options.
Yeah. So what do we need? Okay, so we can do this. This is gonna be fun.
The janky railing pack.
Yeah. Oh man, everything's all stuck together. Hold on.
Okay, good. I have one and I've never used it. It just didn't function really. Any updates on the straight roofs? We have talked to the factory and they're looking at it. We don't have solutions yet.
I think we're gonna have to, I don't know, they're gonna have to do some major changes to that mold for future print runs. Because it's there. Every other biscuit slot works, that one doesn't. They got to get on that. But we can't replace everybody's roofs. It's beyond our means to do so.
Too prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But yeah,
well, there's too many out in the.
Some of the guys from the factory came by a couple weeks ago, and we went over all the pieces in person to kind of show them like these are the things that we're struggling with. So they really got kind of like a good idea what's going on, and so now we're just kind of working on what can we do about this stuff.
So you can do, this is interesting. I hadn't thought about trying it before. You can pop in some. You can pop in some of the Tudor narrows into the diagonal to kind of Tudorize it, and then like, let's see what it looks like in here.
The transition from the street to the terrain tray is so jarring, immersion ruined.
Yeah.
Just really wanting the street to terrain tray transition.
What terrain tray would you transition it down to?
I think they want basically just a bank piece that you can put down onto anything, I guess is the. Oh, but I guess you mean like
it would just go to dirt or something. We'd kind of have to, like, how would you transition the rest of the?
Yeah, you'd have to then
like
take it all the way around the sidewalk.
What would the rest of the edges of the street go to?
You need
like we need to make a little system.
Yeah, you need a street.
It'd be like street banks. Yeah.
And you would need it for both the.
Although you can use
street and sidewalk.
Yeah, sidewalks kind of are their own banks. What would do that? Is that nuts?
Bank piece, basically. That's not in the cards.
What is it?
Currently, making like a bank system for the streets and sidewalks.
Yeah, not currently, but it is neat. It's a neat thing. So you could do something like that, where you put some diagonals and then just keep tutoring up and around it. It's kind of neat.
Sidewalk banks. Yeah, I think the
What's the other one I wanted to try?
What do we got here? I think when you're talking about transitioning from streets to cobblestone, you're probably going to need to just have a bit of a harder transition.
Well, like the New York City streets.
Yeah, that's like the
Right.
way that they actually build those things. Generally, it's all man-made. There's not a good, easy way to do it. Yeah, you've got the ramps, which can help. There is a thing in I can't remember what we've shown.
We haven't shown any of the street stuff.
Okay, never mind then. We'll stay tuned.
Yeah, there isn't a great solution yet of like streets. Well, because the problem is also if you were you building your streets on top of were they one like a battle board high and then transitioning down to the sculpted battle boards? Is that the like yeah, I don't know. We have not done we haven't done a streets transition banks pack.
Wasn't there a grass and dirt road that was shown a few weeks ago, or was that a fever dream? You showed the dirt path transition piece.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Yeah, there's like a that's a bit of a different thing. We do have that, yes. Building edge of town to mats.
You know what? Okay, hang on. This is
Wildlands grass patches also work. That's kind of the thing is, yeah, when you build out like a paved area, you would have a hard line, I think, for the most part. Trying to sculpt like a grass to street transition piece, you would need so many of them, and I don't know how many people would. I don't know how many people would find that worth it, I guess, is the thing. It'd be pretty niche.
It would be neat at some point. I know transitions are a thing people are always asking for, and I get it. Like it is definitely right. It helps make everything feel more real and seamless. And
yeah, it's just hard. Like cavern banks make a ton of sense. Dungeon ledges make a ton of sense and are very flexible, and you can use them all the time. But when you get into transitions, like when people ask for like the specific hellscape to cavern or ice to cavern transitions, you're creating a piece that does one job. And how often are you going to need that one job? And
well, when you need that, you really want it. But
yeah,
how many more times do you need it?
But it just we have to everything we make. We need to be able to sell enough copies of it to make our money back on the mold cost. So it's I don't know.
And sometimes we just say, forget it. We're just gonna do it anyway, or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So this is an interesting.
No new runes pieces.
Huh. I should do it on the lower level too. So I'm putting the parquet posts in with the Tudor to get it a little heavier in the wood to then try and mix the Tudor with the. I'm trying to like get Tudor into those diagonals and see what happens. So let me get some more. Oh, here it is. This is kind of fun. Let's do that because we got some more wood.
Those posts mix nicely. Yeah, the plan was for the wood to mix with the wood and Tudor fairly well. We did, during Lowtown, we did some compatibility builds showing how you can mix Tudor pieces into the wood pieces, and it gives you like really interesting looking buildings that feel a little patchwork.
Very into trying to make it very, very Tudor friendly. Like it was.
It's fun because it makes it feel. You can do the same thing by putting like fieldstone extensions on a wood building as well, where it's just like this house was built in stages. Like this is a thing that was made a couple years later, and they use different materials for whatever reason. Like,
or you do your first floor in stone and then your second floor in wood, or whatever.
Do some more unique buildings.
That's a little too patchy, maybe. I wonder if we did that guy.
Tudor's not bad to paint either. Had a hard time matching the color though. I suppose some spots where the plaster was missing and bricks were showing through.
It's pretty good. Lowtown building should be hodgepodge, totally. Jade Tudor. Sinister Tudor.
We don't talk about those kinds of houses. Some of us don't know where our studs are because of Yankee builders who kept adding on to the house. Do you have any examples of pieces that were suggestions for Twitch chat? The Oblivion Nexus in Wildlands was one of the first piece requests that we got. way back when we started streaming, and Wildland development was pretty early on. What else happened? There's been a couple things where it's been generally feedback from people has made a piece kind of come through.
Full-size wood spacer. I think we were just doing half originally. We ended up doing full.
Just to do the mezzanines.
Yeah, well, people were. I remember this. They made a strong argument during Lowtown that we needed a full-size spacer.
But apparently not a strong enough argument for narrow. Apparently.
Yeah, and nobody argued for narrow. Narrow had no.
Cattails.
Tabletop test drive is gonna see us at Adepticon.
I'm curious how many. I'm curious how much of a turnout we're gonna have for Adepticon. I think we had more. We had a lot of people more people than I expected came to Unplugged last year.
It was really fun to see a lot of folks at Unplugged.
Did I miss the bit below those bay windows? Oh man, yeah. So you missed like a 4-piece system basically.
Yeah, you're gonna. You have to watch the replay.
Why do the roofs not overhang a little?
Which roofs? They do, just not a lot.
The modular roofs have more overhang, I think.
These have like just an annoying amount of overhang. It's like 1/8 of an inch. So I don't know if you can see.
Where it feels like it was done wrong.
Right. Well, it's just enough to have a feel like it's there, but it's like annoying if you're trying to actually build stuff in line. It like pushes them out and whatnot.
Not sold on the handles on the planters, even if they drop to 2/3 size. Ain't no one lifting a metal thing that big, even imagining it empty before
But
it was
when
planted.
it's empty.
They got Goliaths.
Yeah.
It's more decorative than anything.
Mage hand.
Yeah.
Your 30-pound planter.
Just four dudes carrying a planter.
The modular roofs have a more significant. They have a 1/4-inch overhang, and then the corners are all beveled so that they don't collapse into each other. Eaves and gutters. Everything's in the gutter expansion. Good question about the roofs. I think there's some fun. You can definitely do some fun stuff with the mixing the parquet posts and the Tudor and some of the diagonal pieces and stuff. I think you can. There's gonna be some nice building options there. We'll definitely have to do some fun compatibility builds.
When do we get gutters as facade pieces? Any scaffolding add-ons? We're not doing anything with the scaffolding system in this one. We got it pretty complete with Lowtown. The magnetic workshop tool wall is a cool piece and really changes the room. Have any other ideas about new sculpts come from that piece of success?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some stuff for Perilous. Michelle has been working on. We call them like vignette pieces, where it's like like a one piece that you can just put into a room to then make that room a scene. So like the kitchenette and that tool wall and the like. So it should be. We've got some more stuff. She's sketching stuff out as we speak.
We had one of them kind of come up on stream a couple weeks ago. I don't think it's not actually happening now, but potentially for the future. The kind of guild board.
Oh yeah, like a quest board.
Yeah,
totally.
Quest board thing. It could be done in a pretty similar fashion, but I think it's not. It's not happening here.
Yeah, those are nice, like things that you can just put in that like you don't have to put in a whole bunch of fiddly accessories. You can just drop one thing in it, like it dresses the room, and then go to the next. Boom.
People are asking about the city tree.
So we'll have to get there. It's being being grafted as we speak.
Probably our next
surgery.
Probably our next look at the reforged stuff is probably going to focus on the greenery. In a couple weeks.
Someone knows what this is. This is the LED brazier from Cities that's missing its top. Theme of the night. It's topless. There's fire that goes on there. It's a freestanding LED braziers. We use them. They work really nicely. You put it inside your building, and it can light up the other window panes. You can light up your windows with them.
Can we get a hay bale for the Lowtown wheelbarrow so you can Assassin's Creed drop into them?
Oh, that's amazing.
Hay bale isn't a bad idea for a scatter piece.
It's a good. Then you can stack them for your barn scene. Yeah. Tool
Man.
wall. Wait, the players use the tool wall to defeat a giant?
Just grabbing tools on it and like throwing it at them.
It's amazing. A giant croc. I
It's one of
love
those.
that.
It's one of those things. I think cities in particular, dressing is really important. Kind of what makes it
Yes.
matter to like build out like an actual city map instead of just using drawn maps. A lot of times those drawn maps they won't say like here's all this stuff you can grab and use, but a city will be full of things that a monk or somebody with tavern brawler can use as improvised weapons, and just dressing things out will give you
Places
players
to
ideas.
hide, places to
Yeah,
like, yeah, dangerous, like giant braziers you can tip over on people and all that good stuff. Gallows.
need a piano and a pulley system.
A piano on a pulley. Just conveniently, the
Yeah.
chase goes under the piano getting hoisted up to the second story. Of,
Yeah.
like,
We got to get that Warner Brothers license.
Well, then the problem is we then also need to make the smashed piano for when it drops, so you can like with all the. It, I mean, you can't not build an encounter with a giant hanging piano and not have it fall. Like that is like the funniest, you know. The players around a corner and there's a piano being hoisted up. The precarious harpsichord.
Oh, I'd like to say that terrain pieces are the bones and the scatter terrain is the flesh. Really brings things to life. It's a little grim. How much effort is it to do a unique paint scheme for something like adding sinister to the dungeons?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's also then all has to get tracked, you know, and then the same piece now has to have multiple SKUs, and it's when we're ordering, we have two different, the same set. We now have to order twice as many if we're trying to feed both of them. And,
That was one of the biggest challenges with Caverns Deep was you've got 3 different paint schemes happening to different pieces here and there. That's why it's been so hard to restock a lot of it.
Heck, it's got four paint schemes now. This is great.
Yeah,
Ice,
Hellscape got tacked on.
Underdoom.
The first thing,
Hellscape had to roll over to another campaign because we already had too many.
I like that the first thing after this Caverns Deep campaign where it's like, man, doing three paint schemes really kicked our butt. What if we added a 4th paint scheme? What if our next campaign was adding a 4th paint scheme onto that?
The cellar doors, like the storm doors, is really good. It's a good idea.
You could achieve it with roof trapdoor and a wood ramp, right? You can do that. That should work.
Yeah.
For the Moam, are you allowed to make or distribute a guide to convert to have the LED that will get the glow paint to work, or is that something that Dwarven Forge would have to leave to the fans or community?
Oh boy.
Oh, I don't know if we would advise trying to do that yourself.
If you want to live dangerously, you could certainly. I don't think it's a hard swap. I don't know. I haven't opened it up, but I think it's just clipping the 2 leads and soldering a new LED on. I think it might have 2 LEDs in there. I don't know. I mean, it's got the green and the purple. I don't know. You could open it up and see what happens, but
a big panel of glass crossing the street.
Yeah.
We got to do an escarpment where we've painted a tunnel on one side of it.
And they just run into it.
They just run into it.
There was
How well did the Moam sell? Ridiculously well.
Yeah.
It was like well over 200 units have moved, which is nice.
There's a Tony Jaa movie where he's getting chased down the street, and then there's like guys walking with glass, but it's like they're walking with like 2 planes of glass that are like 10 inches apart or something parallel, and so he like slide flips through them, and then like they're walking across the street with like coils of barbed wire, like that are just big enough that he can jump through, like just the most absurd stuff. They're like, oh yeah, we're just going crossing the street with our big coils of barbed wire, like one does. Like, no pianos on wires. I love it. Oh, the acronym for MOAM is Mother of All Mushrooms. That's a very good question.
I think the other one like that is the MWAD.
Modular Wall of Doom.
Which really isn't a good name for that wall.
No.
It's not descriptive at all.
It was just a working title, and then it just never,
Oh, Naked Gun was it Naked? Naked Guns had a lot of
a whole bunch of random stuff that. And doesn't guy get a piano dropped on him, and then a steamroller hits him, and then the marching band, and like.
I know that one opens with OJ like
falling through, hits the stove, and then lands in the pan, and then then off the side. Yeah,
it just goes over.
The steamroller. That's right. Ong Bak. Yeah.
Surely you're mistaken. No, I'm quite sure. And don't call me Shirley. Mother, I'd like to mushroom. Mushroom's disgusting looking. I love it. It's a really cool sculpt.
Yeah. It's wild.
No,
That was a I think that was a triple whammy. I think Drew started it, and then Eli, I think Eli did the tentacles, and Nina did all the like pustules and like final mushroom texturing. Something. She was like the master of the like the weird, creepy, gross like textures. Whatever. But yeah, it was like that was I think I was one of the 3 people touched.
Was that OJ after falling off the stadium? Is that when he got steamrolled?
The bad guy at the end falls off the stadium, and then like a steamroller goes over, and then a marching band, and like yeah, it just stuff just keeps coming. Yeah,
I love that series.
it's really funny.
I miss
Pustules.
I miss those kinds of spoofs. Nothing compares to the fire escape scene in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World.
I did not see It's a Mad, 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 Mad.
Oh, it's really good.
Was that Mad magazine movie?
No.
Doing a Mad.
It was like a 60s. Do you know Rat Race?
No.
That's fine. Rat Race was them going like, what if we did It's a Mad, 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 Mad World with 2,000 celebrities? Mad, 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 Mad World was 60s, I think, and it was like Jack Lemmon. It was like a lot of like the
All
really big like actors at the time, and it was just so many good, very very funny.
There's no way to describe it.
Go watch Rat Race.
Yeah.
Rat Race has some incredibly funny scenes and a lot of stuff that is very dated.
Yeah.
Some of the jokes just do not work. When I was a kid, I thought it all worked.
Any
back at it now, like-
if you try to watch any comedy from even like 10 years ago, I feel a lot of the stuff.
Right, it
just
ends with
doesn't-
them coming out to Smash Mouth.
Ah,
Just a Smash Mouth concert at the end. Even for a feel good ending that just like feels really weird.
love it.
I think my favorite thing with Rat Race was Wayne Knight. You see, Rowan Atkinson is in it, basically just doing Mr. Bean, but
But it's his gag.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think he does that when no one's around.
And he gets it right because the Rat Race is them doing like basically the Amazing Race but for a bunch of money, and so it's all a bunch of different celebrities and different groups. And Rowan Atkinson at one point winds up in a car with Wayne Knight, who's playing like an EMT. And he's like, "Oh, I'm transporting like a bunch of organs to a hospital." He's like, "Hey, you want to see a human heart?" And he pulls it out. And they end up like getting bumbled like out the window.
Of course.
Out of the street. It's
his organs. Are
yeah. It's a lot. There's no real way to describe it to Mad Men.
Yeah.
I tried to describe it. It's really hard. It's very good, and you should watch it.
Amazing. So, are there
Yeah.
any other questions for about Cities Reforged and our plans therein?
What services are they on? Oh, I have no idea. I can't keep track of what's streaming
Oh
where.
boy.
Oh, John Lovitz is very good in it. It was in the Mushroom Grotto encounter, right? Yeah, the Moam was like the crown jewel of the Mushroom Grotto encounter, and then we couldn't restock that encounter anymore.
Encounter 6. That one also had the boulette infected with mushrooms and all the mushrooms.
There's a number of... I do want to get those minis back eventually, but the minis are much lower priority than the terrain.
Yeah.
Do you have a good way to store scaffolding? There's tons of little bits. For all like the pilings and stuff, I would definitely get one of those small like trays with dividers.
Yeah. I just throw it all in one. Like I put all the platforms in one thing, all the pilings in another thing, and then all the railings in another thing.
I'd say if you want it to be organized well, one of those Sterilite cases that are like modular where you can pull out the bits to make each compartment as big as you want would be really good for it. We do that a lot for convention kits and stuff with small pieces. What part of Cities Reforged are you guys most excited about?
The piece you haven't seen yet. In general, the greenery.
Out of the stuff that you guys know about,
The oh, we didn't show this. We didn't show the. Did we show the planter stump lump yet?
I
Did
think
we
we
show
talked
that?
about it. I think we
Planter
talked
stump
about
lump?
it. I think
That
we
one's
showed it.
good.
I don't think
Not
we had it
mossy.
painted. We might have
Yeah.
just had a mock.
I think that's things like that where you can cross. You can now put your all of your wildlands trees in the city really nicely, and it's got a nice topper, which will then go into all your wilderness builds. I think that's a really good.
Any imminent plans for other Caverns Chase pieces, new alt paint? We've done I don't know the timing on it, but we've done Paint Master for like the an Underdoom version of the Runic Column,
Entrance riser,
and
nice.
Ice version of the Entrance Riser. Um, yeah.
Docks and the rope bridge will not be part of the campaign.
I figure out when we can do another restock, because the main thing is like it's like, okay, they just did Starforge, now they got to go into Dungeons Reforged, like factory production.
Yeah,
So like
no, it's not.
we've
We're keeping them way too busy. It's good.
yeah, but it means that doing
The
less restock wise than I'd like to this year so far. But
the current plan in Cities Reforged is to not do anything that was in none of the packs that are in Lowtown, because those will either be in the store or will be on reorder by the time this launches. So then eventually all this stuff will just be in the web store. So you can just buy that stuff right from the web store. There's no reason to wait. Like things that are available in the web store, we don't want to then put in here and then have you wait a year for them or whatever.
no plans for like a street to wilderness transition. We'll just kind of do like a hard line.
At some point, there's a lot of when we get to the mild lands when we're doing that in between the liminal state. We'll
Old city stuff like post playing out due to walls being too wide by a small margin. Should we expect a better fit?
I think so. I think the floors.
With doing
I think
the
the new floors.
and then we're also doing the new.
I think are better. Yeah, it's a good question. I should try
since we're doing new corner posts. Would that make it easier to accommodate that as
The
well?
problem was the wall sizing in the original cities was all over the place. Like it was.
Aren't they like a little?
There was
too,
a variance.
little...
There was a pretty high variance.
Yeah.
The other thing is we have all these facades which are going to help hold together if they're splaying.
Jade Kind, we are reprinting those floor packs because you do like need them for this. So I guess the floor packs are being reprinted.
Yes, you caught me.
What about that set that has a fountain and a wagon and horses? That's gonna be here.
Broken up.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the Wicked City accessories was a really weird pack. Those pieces are gonna be available, but broken up into.
The pheasant fountain will not be.
Mm.
We're retiring the pheasant fountain, but the better fountain, the superior fountain, is one Michelle did in KS4 that has the water in it and it has all the pull accessory holes. That one will be coming in.
Yes, Masticon, the streets are being reworked composition-wise. Streets, alleys, and sidewalks will all be fully here and magnetized and done in new compositions that make them a lot more sensible instead of being designed around like Kickstarter pledges. A sidewalk battle board, no plans currently.
No, it'd be cool. Nothing that giant in this.
You've talked about future plans for direct-to-store pieces. Any idea when the first direct-to-store piece will show up? Outside of like these new paint scheme, like doing pieces in paint schemes they haven't been done in yet.
No, we haven't gotten any yet, but
yeah.
I mean, the problem is it's time. Like I don't know. We literally went from Starforged into Dungeons Reforged into Cities Reforged, and Perilous is in full development. There hasn't been a big window for doing that also.
Magnetic Sewers kind of happened straight to store. It's not really new sculpts though, so yeah, Sewer Retrofit was direct to store, but it's kind of just updating those pieces with magnets.
You've been championing a lot of direct to store packs, like these new Castle Breakout packs, and
if the factory has time and it's stuff that we can do without having to do a bunch of, while we're developing a campaign, if we can get the factory to do stuff. I'm trying to make sure we're just using the factory as much as we can.
The Celtic floor piece should be all clear instead of just under the crystal.
Like that
basil
from
from
basil.
No, the topper from KS4. It's in the same pack with that fountain. It's that purple.
Oh.
It's that the runic little pedestal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it was supposed to carry light better than it did. And they were cast separately, so they're in clear, and it's not. So it's a whole thing.
Better market stalls from Cult versus the older ones from Wicked Streets. I think we're bringing those market stalls back. I think they're an interesting pack. Yeah, so it gives you like some variety for making markets.
Yeah,
because
they're
smaller
work really
and
nicely
like
with the new big one.
yeah,
they can go inside it.
When you combine the two, it should let you make a nice little bazaar. Still have some small additions direct to store for things that add to existing
sort of S turn? What like you can do an S turn with two curves. Like what's the like what
do you want it to be functioning? Is that the request?
Yeah. You can cut your finger off.
The DF carrot slicer.
Because we could do an S turn with the existing. We have a half straight, or a 2-inch long straight, and the curves and whatever. So you can curve with the alleys. You can do some S's and leave.
I guess
space.
I guess now that I think about it, the Plaguestone sets had new sculpts that were straight to store.
Oh yeah.
You just did it as a pre-order.
Yeah. Yeah, those had a bunch.
Need spiral stairs that fit in the radius of curved dungeon corners.
That would be cool.
I think we've talked about doing spiral stairs in cities, but I think it felt like a Hightown thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toby's done some designs. The old guillotine cigar cutter. All right, let's wrap this thing up. So we're not going to be around next week. I also think we just had to move the shoot the week after. We might not be able to do the week after, because I think we have to film the first set of videos that Wednesday, because Lucy's not available Thursday.
We might want to take that time off anyways.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So we might not be back for the next 2 weeks, but we will be at Adepticon at booth 311 if you want to come say hi. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes. It's free. Come look at us. Look at us like zoo animals.
What else are we going? Hobby Hang tomorrow night?
I think so.
And then no Hobby Hang next week because Hamster will also be...
Everybody that does any streaming is going to be at Adepticon.
That's amazing.
We're basically just taking the stream crew to Adepticon.
Hey, I'm glad to hear you're hyped for Cities Reforged. Yeah, we got some neat stuff, and there's you can see all the greenery. We still more stuff to look at. We got a lot of fun bits.
Yeah. All right.
And then Perilous, and then All right, let's get out of here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for all the good questions, good ideas. And as usual, the table is a mess. It's it's successful.
You had a build.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Big pile of nothing.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.